which is the hardest to be, man? Which is the most challenging? Is it the coaching or is it being a promoter?
Um, it just has its things. With the promotion, I gotta say this: I have a great team that makes my job way easy. Like I gotta tell you this straight up that a day, my partner Kendrick Weatherford and his friend, his partner Tammy, is the reason why the Lamb for Promotions, and then his agency is running and doing good the way it is. So it makes my job less. So I'll have to say, because of them, that's the reason why Lamb for Promotions is doing well. And then coaching can be tough. It has its challenges for sure. Because you're not just a coach, you become other things to these young men and women, and all eyes are on you. You know, you're gonna go through more things than the average person. Being a coach can be a tough road. So you got to know why you're doing it. You got to know the purpose behind it. Otherwise, it'll stress you out. Sometimes make you not want to do it, and you're gonna go through things that you didn't sign up for. I didn't know when I became a coach that a lot of things I was going to deal with, but I learned a lot becoming a coach, and it's helped me become a better man and a better human being becoming a coach.
So you say you didn't know till you knew.
No, I didn't know till I knew.
What are some of the biggest challenges y'all face as a whole as promoters?
Every promoter just when you do one show, you gotta figure out what's wrong or what could you get better. Then you gotta go to the next show, fix those things, mistakes, and just keep progressing from those things. Getting sponsors, the shows are expensive, so having to get sponsors and having to put all that together can be challenging to get the money to throw the shows. Everybody sees what it looks like and it looks good, but behind closed doors there's a lot of work trying to get the resources and the finances and everybody in place to make this thing run the way it needs to run, and just trying to stay in longevity. There's a lot of promoters that don't last long. They don't last long, because they, like me and the day talk about it, and we talk and say, hey man, if we're gonna do this, we gotta think about not now. We gotta think about the future. And if we stick to the guns and keep going, no matter how tough it gets, then we'll see the fruits of the labor later on. But it's gonna take the struggle. Is gonna take the learning curves. You know what I'm saying? The mistakes. It's gonna take all those things to make this thing work. And if you notice, every major promoter probably had to go through the same thing. That people, they all have to start that way. It's just being consistent. Practice doesn't make perfect; it makes permanent. So you have to just be consistent in everything you do. You'll eventually see it.
Man. Let's talk a little bit Nico Pollard, man. In an interview a while back, I asked him, what was our relationship or how you feel about you as a coach. He immediately said, man, Coach D, that's coach, that's family. It's way more than a coach. So in your words, man, what's you and Nico Pollard's relationship like?
He's a good guy, good young man. I mean, me personally, with all my guys, I try to keep that level of line of communication of brotherhood and fellowship and friendship open, so that way there's trust on both sides. If it was just me being a coach, I have a saying that this is bigger than coaching. If it was just about coaching, then I'd have stopped this a long time ago. I found my purpose through coaching. I found out what I was supposed to do through coaching, and coaching opened up so many different lanes to me. And Nico's one of those young men that he called, and we've talked and tried to help him through different things in life, as I do with all my other guys, and help him try to navigate through things. I was young once and was lost and needed help and guidance, and so I try to provide that same thing, and we all are our family. We joke, we laugh, we high side together, we hang out together. It's just like a family thing. It's just that trust, and that's that bond, and that's that fellowship. And just want to be there for them to know that, and you know, Nico and all the other guys, just, and let them know that they got somebody that's there to care for them. You know, coaching is not a financial rewarding job. Right. People got to know that. So if you're doing it, you got to know what comes with that doing it. So I like the camaraderie, I like the friendship, the bond, and he's one that I proud of because he's been through some things, been through a lot, and he listens to me when I talk to him. He's respectful. He's not disrespectful, and I like that, and that helps me bond with you more. And you know, he's becoming a pretty decent fighter. He's undefeated, 4-0, pro boxing, and you know, just navigate through the things of life, and that's what I'm here to do for him and the other young men and women that's in my lives.
So yeah, another thing I asked him about too, man, is I noticed this is I think anybody corner you in, man, it's always intense. It's always intense, man. You jump in the ring fast, and it's like straight business. Business.
Yeah, you said it right there. It's straight business for me. Because here's the thing. I got literally less than a minute, 40, 50 seconds to tell you. And really, I shouldn't be telling you that much because we should have prepared for that in the gym. Right. Now it's just me being passionate, me being in your face, and getting to the spirit of the fighter. Because I know what fighters go through. Whatever's going through your mind is you're having out-of-body experience. The crowd, this and that going. You're tired, you're breathing. So I got to get in there and become one with you so you can see. That's what I've been good at, is being able to get straight to the situation and straight to the business. Look, you lost that round. Look, you won that round. Look, adjustment. I'm all about making an adjustment between each round to your spirit and to your fight game. That's what made me so, well, a lot of people would say this made me so good as a coach, because I have a really good mind for the fight game. God has blessed me with a good mind for this thing and the spirit to coach. And so when I get in there, boom, we got to get straight to it. You know, because I need you to make these adjustments, because at the end of the day, and I don't care what nobody says, I like to win. That's why most of my guys win. And so a lot of people say winning ain't everything. I tell people, anybody that tells you something like that, you got to get away from them, because winning is definitely everything. Now, it's definitely everything, because it's a mindset. Right. Just because you might not win every fight, but if you go in there and fight hard and do your best, and that person just happens to win that day, it might be a loss on the record, but it's still a win in my book, because you went and did what you were supposed to do, and you fought and you trained the way you're supposed to do. If you didn't train like you were supposed to do, you didn't listen, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, then that's a different kind of mindset for me. But so winning is everything. And if you go and take that loss and then revamp, restructure yourself and go back and make the adjustment, and then you win, then it's all good. So winning don't actually necessarily, in my mind, necessarily means that because you lost that day, that make you a loser. No, you had to learn. You lost that day, but you gave it your all. You fought, you trained hard. Maybe you didn't lose. Maybe the judges lost for you. Maybe something else happened. But in my mind, if you did what you were supposed to do, I'm still looking at that as a win for the spiritual side. See what I'm saying? The spiritual side of it, the life side of it, because that's what we're trying to win anyway, is we're trying to win in the spiritual world, and we're trying to win in life. So that's why I say winning is everything, in and out the ring.
Really, I noticed too, bro, and I doing my homework, I noticed one thing that you make sure you stress is that it ain't all about coaching. You more about help building your fighters to be better people, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, man. That's big. That's a job within itself, man. So salute to you for that.
Appreciate it, man.
So
appreciate that.
In your words, what's a fake coach? I said, in your words, what's a fake coach?
Fake coach. Well, we have a lot of guys now that are calling themselves coaches with very minimal credentials. Just somebody that didn't put in the work. There are a lot of coaches that wasn't fighters. People ask me about that. They say, if a coach ain't never fought, can he be a good coach? And my answer is, yeah, they can. If they've been around the sport, even sparred, even did their homework and studied, if they became a student, it's like anything else, become a student of the game and learn. If you're going to coach, that means you're responsible for people that trust you. And they trust you in you saying you know what you're doing. So you got to know what you're doing. And if you go out there, if you're not putting in the work and you playing, that's not coaching. I know coaches that have never fought, and they're pretty good coaches. FHG, Ray, I've been knowing Ray a long time. He never really fought. He's a pretty decent coach.
Good fighters coming in.
Exactly, but you know who his brother-in-law is? Paul Yalala. He's married to Paulie's wife, so he was around it growing up most of his life. So he was in the gym. He became the assistant. He was in the gym. He was right there. He learned, put in the time, put in the work, right there for years. I can accept that. This underground stuff is kind of hurting the game with coaching. Some of these guys are coaching, and that just, and then they take that stuff to the pros. You know, that's fine for people like me. Why? Because I'm the guy that's going to choose the opponents, and I'm going to choose the opponents are the ones I think aren't really ready to work a corner against me or fight against my fighter. That's how you build your fighters. Right. So we do need those type of people. We need those kind of coaches, those kind of fighters. But say fake, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I say you got to be qualified.
Qualified.
And have credentials. And just do your work. Just do your homework. If you want to be a coach, sit down and study. Get with real coaches. Get next to real coaches. Go to gyms with real coaches. Stand next to them. Sit next to them. Pick their brain. And go study. That's how you become a qualified coach.